That's right. You're not talking today.
No, you got it. You're good.
All right. Well, hi, everyone. Welcome to our team call. For those who don't know me, my name is Ashley LaFrance. I am a Emerald coach, I guess. I've been coaching since July. And tonight I'm just going to talk about, Instagram, Insta Story. I'm going to mostly talk about social media today. And I guess the main message is get comfortable getting out of your comfort zone, which I'm sure you've all heard before. And social media can just take your business to a whole new level. But before we begin, I just wanted to start with some reminders. These are in no specific order. To Be Mindset launches in May 2nd specifically. I believe there's a coach-only group if you purchase by June 3rd, if you purchase a challenge pack. I wanted to mention Lift by Joel is launching in October, but you can get access to it in July, but I'm sure there'll be more information as that gets released. It's 4 days a week. It's an 8-week program. The performance line is worked into it, and he's not bad to look at either. Summit, this is the last chance to get the special discount of $165. I should take my own advice on that. Success Club, if you earn Success Club in April, you get a pretty branded t-shirt or tank top. Earn an invite to the Success Club party with 20 Success Club points between March and April. April challenge pack, $20 off mega and deluxe packs. Beach bars, 2-pack, 10% off with the challenge pack purchase, and free shipping of the bars. Oh my God, my cat. We just did a huge blitz about the 3-day refresh. It will start Wednesday the 2nd, so make sure everyone gets their orders in so their packages arrive on time. And then the next Super Sunday isn't the most ideal date, but if you can make it, it is Sunday, July 8th. Hold on one second. I'm just going to let my cat out. Sorry. All right. So if you have any questions about that, ask in the team page. Anyway, like I said, tonight we're going to talk about Insta Story, Instagram. So these are in no specific order, and I just want to preface at this. I am not a social media guru, but social media is huge. This should be part of your business. And I'm going to share just what I do. And I've been seeing other people's social medias, and I steal from you guys. So steal from me, steal from each other. We should all follow and help each other out. So I'm just going to share what I do and hopefully give you some tips. So Insta Story is your story of your life. So keep it simple. Be real, be you, be relatable to people. Don't try to fake it. Don't try to be like, oh, I need to do this. I need to do this specifically. Make this as real as possible about you. I took some notes. A big part of this is when you're real and people are watching, after you post or after you see people watching your video, a big part of this, you took that time, is to invite them. Thank them for supporting you. Thank them for checking out your IG, for all the love. Maybe they are interested. I found out a lot, if I'm not inviting people, people aren't coming to me. Share the good, share the bad. Hashtag people love to gossip. Unfortunately, if you weren't into high school, it's kind of like a popularity thing. Like, who's going to watch? Everybody wants to see what you're doing. Everyone wants to see if you're succeeding or failing. It sucks. That's life, but people love to gossip. I can't tell you, and I'm sure everyone has this, I will go somewhere and people will be like, how's Brody? How's this? I see you're doing this. You look great, because they're watching my stories, even though I haven't had a conversation with them in how long, but they love to watch. They love to see what you're doing. So share that with them. And I know, like I said, the big message tonight is getting comfortable, getting out of your comfort zone. I know it's not comfortable sharing your whole life. So share bits and pieces. The next one says, share your kids. If you've got kids, share your pets, your family. Share your life with them, because a lot of people want to see how you make this business and how you make your workouts, how you make that work with your everyday life. And the reason they want to see that is because they want to see it for themselves. So if you can do it, they want to know that they can do it. And just by sharing all of your life, bits and pieces, they're going to start seeing like, oh, wow, she can do that. I can totally do that. I get it all the time. Like, I work full time. You have a kid. If you can do that, I can definitely do it. Absolutely, you can do it. Getting comfortable. Some people are like, I don't want to share. You don't have to share a lot. The little bits you do share and the little bits that people are watching, you can just start following up with them. But the more you share about the business, the more you share about your workouts, your everyday, the more people are going to start watching, and you're going to get more followers and more likes, and you're going to get more engagement that way. So it does be big, but as you get more comfortable, it will become bigger. I highlighted this one because I feel like this is how I think. A lot of people, what makes you stop? What makes you click through? I know what makes me click through. If you've got too many videos, like my last one, if you've got too many 15-second videos, I'm probably clicking through because now, no offense, I'm bored and I honestly don't care. Like, people don't care that much to watch every 15-second video that you have, but they will watch one or two. So something that I do is when I work out, I video 2 or 3 videos, and I may have more, but I'm not going to post every single video I do. People really don't care that much. They want to see you did it. They want to see how you worked out, and they want to see how they can make this work for themselves. So 2 to 3 videos max, showing that you're being a product of the product. And then that's going to start where you're going to start inviting people. I kind of already said this. I found that I click through more with a lot of videos. So I like pictures with word pop-ups. And some people may know how to do that. I'm going to share all the little fancy stuff that Instagram gives you. But I find that if you do a picture with words, people can read it more quickly than they are going to actually sit there and watch a 15-second video. I'm not saying don't do a 15-second video and share that too, but I find less video and words, you'll get more engagement that way. So yeah, sharing is caring. Share your life with people. I always think about what got me to want to talk to Jess. What got me to want to join again, because Jess shared her life. So sharing is caring. Share your life with people. I get messages all the time. People that aren't even customers. Thank you so much for inspiring me. Thank you for doing this. One day they may be a customer, but just because I'm sharing and I'm inspiring them, it's worth it. And hopefully in the end, they will one day become a customer, even if they're not one now. So the way Jess changed my life, I want to give that back to other people. Mm-hmm. Just to continue with how Insta story is your story, it's your life. And I did work with Katie on this. I want to give Katie a shout out. She helped me with this. She's really great at Instagram too. Everyone is. But using keywords and we talk about this in the biz, you don't want to say I'm drinking Shakeology. I mean, you may have it on your cup or something, but I'm drinking my superfoods drink, and you can have different pop-ups of what's pre and probiotics and what's in them. So then someone wants to ask you, hey, what's that drink that you're drinking? Why do you drink it? Is it good? And start having that conversation. I live for Energize. I call it, and Jatana Jackson, if you follow her, I don't want to be her. She's too much for me, but I do follow her. She calls it mom crack. Call it mom juice, mom crack, your go-go juice. It's my lifeline. Any way you want to make it, always make sure you're showing the product, but not exactly saying what it is. And you can mention that it's all natural and have different pop-ups come through. And we all know this, it just shows engagement. I personally feel, and this is just my opinion, that you should only have one Instagram and one Facebook. I know a lot of people have their business accounts on Facebook, and that if I have one, if I'm going to share on my personal, those are my people, the people that know me, know my life. Those are the people that are most likely going to buy from me. And if I'm going to share on a fitness page or my business page, I'm most likely going to share with, they're the same people I'm sharing with. So it's easier. You want to make your life as easy as possible in this business. You're not trying to complicate this. So if you can post on one Instagram page and one Facebook page, you just want to make this as simple and easy for yourself as possible. Don't overthink this. I did want to say something else. I've added this to it. If you're doing a new, I'm gonna put my gum out real quick. If you're doing a new group, make it the great. I learned this from Jatana, actually. Make this the greatest thing since sliced bread. You have this big thing. Your group's now open. You only have 10 spots available. I just did on my Instagram as I was doing this, writing this out because I wanted to see how it worked out. But make it like the biggest thing. Like, now it's open. You can now get into my May group. I only have 10 spots available. We all know people can continuously roll into your groups, but like, this is it. This is all I have. This is like a now or never. So make it like the biggest thing on your Insta stories that's coming up. And then share what's going on in your challenge groups. What are people sharing, their recipes, their success stories, their non-scale victories, anything that's going on. Share that as a quick snapshot on your Insta story, because it shows your new customers what they're going to get from these groups. And we all know groups are, I believe, what changes the game for people. You can work out and eat right, but that motivation, that constant accountability, and that support makes a world of difference for people. And they don't want to lose that. And that makes them want to continue. And then that gets them those results, hopefully engaging more people. I'm going to look at the chat real quick just to see. Oh. So yeah, just to sum that up, so Insta stories, your stories, share as much and as little as you want. The more you share, the more engagement. Oh, I did want to mention about engagement, about using polls, and you can do this on your Facebook too. You can do polls about fitness. I find not as many people want to say yes or no to my fitness polls, but they'll say yes or no to, I did this the other day on my Facebook, do you wash your sheets every Sunday or once a month? Holy crap, the world blew up on me. And there's this weird algorithm with Facebook and Instagram, and it just shows you as a coach, you may not think people are watching, but they are. And those little type of posts, those engagement posts that aren't fitness related, will show you that people are watching. They're hesitant on the fitness stuff because they don't want you to reach out to them. But it goes to show you as a coach that they are watching your stories or your Facebook. You can do it on. Courtney does this really well. So the stuff everybody wants to probably hear more than anything is how to make your IG look all spiffy and fancy. So how to use what IG gives to you. There is fancy stuff, and I will talk about that, but use what they have. And like I said, keep it simple. I have a method to my madness. Like, I work out at 5 a.m. I take my videos, I sit there for that couple of minutes, and I post to my IG stories a couple videos, and my final pose, whatever that may be, I'll post something to my Instagram to show people that, because I don't have time during the day as much to post. So that's my time, my workout, and that morning 10 minutes before I get into the shower. I post to my Facebook, my Instagram, and we're in so many groups, and any group I'm in. And I just, whatever comes to my head, I do not overthink it. Whatever I am feeling that day, whatever I felt in that moment, usually it's during my workout or maybe in the shower, is what I post about. I just want to show my customers I'm still here. I want to show people what I did. And then that's all I do in the morning. Like, that is like my hour and a half, I would say, biz part, but that also includes my workout. Okay. So how to use your Instagram and what they already give you, because nobody got time to be fancy when you have full-time jobs and kids and everything else going on. So use what they have. So someone asked me how to make words or pics pop up as someone scrolls through. And I tried to write out the directions. So if you have questions on how to do this, let me know. So What you want to do is you want to take a picture. It can be of your up your nose. You can take a picture and then, or we can, sorry, this is something else. Take a picture of what you want to post. So if it's a picture of your kids and you want to pop up a bunch of things, so take a picture of them. And then in the bottom right-hand corner, left-hand corner, there's a save it. And then X out. And then you're going to pull the picture back up onto your Instagram that you just saved. And then you're going to add whatever, and then you're going to save it. And then you're going to write, how are you? And then you're going to save that again. And then you're going to pull up that picture again with the hi, how are you? And you're going to write, good, how are you? And then you're going to pull that up. And that's 3 different posts. So once you're ready to post them, it's going to say hi. And when someone clicks, they're going to see, how are you? And they're going to click. And then it's going to say, good, how are you? So that's how you make pictures pop up throughout your Instagram as people are scrolling. I love them because if somebody wants to scroll real quick through my IG, they're still going to see what I'm posting because it's a quick scroll, and it just shows a little bit different than just all the words on a photo, I guess. Does that make sense to everyone how to do that? For the color background, they have an option. Type. Yep, I'm going to talk about type. So I hope that makes sense on how you do that. Polls I talked about. Try to do as many polls as possible. As a team, we should be clicking on each of those polls. I always click on my own polls because it shows people are interested, even if they're not. Random polls work really great. It shows people are actually watching your videos. How to make a post using a color background. This is not the type that Courtney was just talking about. So this was where I was saying take a picture up your nose. So you take a random picture, it doesn't matter what it is, and then what you're going to do is you're going to click on the pen in the upper right-hand corner, and you're going to select the second marker, and then you're going to select your color, whatever color you want, and you're just going to hold your finger down on the screen until it's completely covered. And it may take 2 or 3 taps to make it completely covered. And that's how you get different colored backgrounds. From there, you can add GIFs or pop-ups or whatever you want to do, or polls, but that's how you make the background completely one color without using the type. I don't use the type. I personally don't like it. I like using the colored background, but that's just my preference. But you can use the type or this to have different colored backgrounds. Does that make sense? As far as the other features that IG gives you, just use them. Boomerang, it's really cool for like your pre-workout, your shake, anything with movement. Just some type of different engagement for people to see. Your super zoom, being dramatic. I like packages. Lisa's awesome with packages. For some reason, people love to see packages and what you got. I get messages all the time from one of my customers that is just like, I get too many packages, so guess what? I'm going to keep posting about them. I got that from Lisa. So use your super zoom. It's pretty cool. The different beats, TV show. You can do it to show what workout you have coming up. Maybe it's a horrible workout, so you do a dramatic. Maybe you're excited, do a beats. TV shows, kind of like a love, maybe you want to show your kids. So use the super zoom just for dramatic effect. If you don't know how anyone does their workouts where they're already working out, the hands free, if you hold it down, it will give you a 3-second timer. And that's how you can do your workouts with already going. How do you switch between super zooms? I always have to X and restart to get the different ones. What do you mean? How do you? Courtney, I'll get back to your question. Stop motion, I don't use often, but it's super cool. You can take like different photos, like I did it the other day to practice it, of just like you being silly, and it will post those different photos of you. Try it. It makes like a flip book of you like doing different silly things. The filters you should all know about. It's great with your kids. Do doggy pictures, do love, like you can do videos with the filter, and you can do a love if you're drinking your shake or something like that. GIF, I love, Katie loves, I know these. They're so much fun. You should use them. You can type in anything and it will pop up just for added effect. This is a way to get followers. There's an @ or a locations on your Instagram. If once you flip through, you can do @ a product, @ a person. Locations are big. If you want to hashtag your, put out your location, that can get you more followers that way. You'll see different, when you check your viewers, you can see that people viewed from that specific location and they may start following you. And then I always send to my Insta story and my Facebook story. I'm pretty sure if you do a biz page as your Instagram though, you can't send to your Facebook story. So I have not made mine a biz page yet because I send to my Facebook. Okay, Court. Joy, I would use your phone over. There's more effects on your phone that you can use. Stop motion is on Insta. Now you guys are all going to be playing with your Instagram. Courtney, it's right at the bottom as you scroll over. These are all the effects I'm talking about. Use what they give you. So stop motion is next to focus and rewind, which I don't use. So check that out, Courtney. Do you have a different, you may not have an iPhone. iPhones are different. Droids look the same too. I don't have the focus yet. You don't have the focus yet? It's weird. All right. So let's get fancy, how people do fancy. If you follow Jatana Jackson, you'll notice that she's super fancy with her Instagram. I don't have time for that, so I try not to get too fancy with it. I think a big part of what Instagram and Facebook's all about, guys, keep it simple. Don't overthink this. Just be yourself, post it. I always think about Lisa even sending invites, like don't be a bitch, hit send. Don't about it, just post it because people want to see that you're relatable and that you're real. So just be you. All right, so let's get, how do I do some of the cool things that I have? So these are all apps you can download. So if InShot is an app, and this is the app that I use to, where you can make pictures that don't fit in your Insta story into your Insta smaller or even videos smaller. So I use InShot, and you'll notice like in some of my pictures, like the top has a different background. You can do all different shades of background to it, and that's where I'll write like 10-month difference, or I wrote today like not hiding behind him anymore. So that's how I make pictures that don't fit actually fit into my Insta story. Chat. Pick, play, post, I have that one on here. So that's how I fit my InShot. That's how one of the apps I use for my photos or my videos, or you can do collages like Lisa said. Pick, play, post is what she uses a lot. You can do side-by-side videos or side-by-side photos. So those are two great apps to download. Adobe Spark Post, if you saw one of my posts the other day, it said big announcement. It had like a circle and it zoomed on in or faded out. Adobe Spark Post, you're going to be hooked when you start using this. Like I said, you could do these for hours upon hours of how they're going to fade in, what colors you're going to use. Are you going to use a circle, a diamond, a square? You can get real fancy with Adobe Spark Post. And I think Katie said that the Droid doesn't have this, and I don't know what app they would use, but you can do all different types of fun stuff with Adobe Spark Post once you download it. This is the one where I had the big announcement, and like I had one where like it flew in about my son. I don't do these often because I just don't have mess around with it. We talked about pick, play, posts, but doing side-by-side videos. Viva Video, my husband uses, I don't use. I just don't have the time. He'll sit here for hours messing with his workout videos. You can like, he told me you can like splice them together. This is where you can Like you can start a video and you can transition into another video and another video. I know some of you guys will like speed your videos up. I don't do any of that. I'm not that fancy with it. So I don't want to talk much about it, but Viva Video, if you're looking to do different, if you're looking to speed them up or put videos together, like he'll have one video start and then it goes into another video. I'm just not into it. And then music, I just turn my Pandora on my phone real low and I just have that running behind my workouts, because honestly, when I see people working out with no music, I'm bored as shit. So I just keep clicking through. The music kind of entices me and it's fun. And sometimes I'll use some of the words from the videos to use for the wording of the post. I'm just making it more fun for people that are watching, honestly, because it can get really boring watching a 15-second video. Followers. I have less followers than a lot of other people, but I will talk about it. My husband helped me with this because he's really into it. So first, hashtags. And I watched a video about this. Hashtags are a great way to get followers. Who are you? I would say, can you pick 3 things about yourself, who you are, and that's what I would hashtag. So I'm a mom, mom boss. I'm a boy mom. I'm a working mom. I saw one, like I put Jersey, Jersey girl, Jersey Shore, beach. Like that's what I love. That's what I enjoy. You can only put up to 30 hashtags in a post if you're posting on your Instagram. I will put them in my notes page and just copy and paste them so I don't have to hashtag them all again every single time I make a post. So you can just copy and paste whatever you want posted, but you may want to change it up here and there. That's one way to get followers, is through hashtagging. Also, hashtagging on your actual Insta story will also get you followers. I mentioned this in the search glass. My husband wanted me to mention this again. We did this together, as you can see. So you have the little search glass right here, and then these are all like the hot top videos. Start liking them. People that are like you, any fitness people that are like you, start liking and commenting. You'll get followers that way. Like your person, that's a random way to get more followers, because more likely if you're to like them and follow them, they're more likely going to follow you back. Personally, I want followers that are my friends from Facebook, people I know, people who are following my journey, because they're more likely to buy from me because they know who I am versus more of a random person. Don't get me wrong, every once in a while you may get a random person. I have this girl in California who messages me all the time. We're like besties. No idea who she is, but you may get random people. But personally, I want people who I know, who have seen me in high school and college, pregnant, not pregnant, go on this journey, because they're more likely going to be my person. So you can actually find these people when you go into your page. Oh, which way is my camera? And this little person with the plus sign. If you click on it, the middle one says Facebook. So that's my first place. And you can just start following people, and they're more likely going to follow you back, and you're probably going to start engaging with them. They're probably seeing your Facebook, but they're probably more excited to watch your Insta story because they're going to see small snippets of your life. You're probably not doing all those small snippets on your Facebook, so they're not seeing them as much. So it's kind of like a double whammy where they see, oh, cool, I see your Facebook post, but wow, look what she's doing throughout the day and still running this business and living her life. To get the swipe up feature, you need 10,000 followers. So, I mean, it should be, so randos are awesome because that can get you build up your following list, because if you want that swipe up feature. So we should all be following each other as well. But Katie did make a great point. She'll do the swipe up, because when you swipe up, you may hit message and they may start messaging you instead of swiping up, wondering and asking you questions. So I thought that was a great point from Katie. I've never put the swipe up, but it makes perfect sense, because when they click it, they're actually going to click to message you instead. I put tag locations. Something else I do, and I want to keep this as simple as possible. I don't want to say I'm crazy, but there's an app you can get. It's called Followers, and you can see people that follow you and followers lost. And the main reason I do this is because I want to see my followers lost, because I want to see maybe if it was something I posted. Was I posting too much? Am I not posting enough? Why would, 5 people just not all of a sudden randomly, why would I lose them? Not because I'm looking for popularity. I want to make sure that people are staying following me and not something that I'm posting. Maybe I shouldn't post that again, or maybe it was too many posts that all of a sudden they were like, oh, she's so annoying, I'm done with her. I can't follow her anymore. So that's an app that I downloaded that I'll check every once in a while to see if I'm losing a lot of followers at one time. And then from your followers, invite them. You did all that work, invite them to what you have to offer them. I just added this in here just for fun because it's something that I do. So every day when I don't have like a rhyme or reason for my post, it's usually something I come up with that morning. So here, I just want to give you some suggestions. So like Move Motivated Monday. Everyone hates Mondays. Transformation Tuesday, you have to do. I don't care who you're using. People love to see numbers and transformations. Hands down, it's where most of my engagement comes from. They want to see that. I know we don't want to talk about scale and how numbers, it's not all about the number. People like that. They want to see that. I don't know who's writing all over my PowerPoint. I'm just kidding. Way back when, if you maybe want to do another transformation post, you can make any post anything you want. Wellness Wednesday to show your credibility, talk about Himalayan salt. I don't know, talk about avocado, talk about something to show your credibility. Throwback Thursday, another one, you can do a transformation post on that. Thankful Thursday, it's a great way to do a business post. I made a Thankful Tuesday. Who the hell cares what you do? Just make something that's going to engage people. And also the time of day that you're doing these. I typically do mine early in the morning or my workouts, because people are getting ready for work. They have some time. And then I usually do mine around like the 4 o'clock mark. I find a lot of engagement there, or after dinner, like the 8, 9 o'clock when everyone's kind of settled down, are good times to do posts because people are actually on their social media because that's their downtime. Feel Good Friday, Flex Friday. You can do Flashback Friday. You can do all types of transformations. You can do a whole week of them if you wanted to. I already mentioned this, only 30 hashtags allowed on Instagram, and videos for your Instagram, if you're posting, are only supposed to be 59 seconds. So you can do some great videos on your Instagram that people actually may watch more than your Insta story. I stole this from Beachbody's website just now when I was looking for reminders, because I thought on the National Wake Up Call, a lot of the top coaches like Lindsay Madaway, Bonnie Engel, Jatana Jackson, Danielle Natoni all talk about how they had to change their way from Facebook to Instagram, and it's just the way that they're getting more engagement, and they had to think a little bit different about them. So I try to follow people not because I want to be them, but just to get ideas from them, and then I try to make it who I am, be as real and relatable to people as possible. Yeah, so these just had it sums up everything that I was just talking about. I like this one. Focus on your social media around 4 to 5 themes and stay on your message. It's so true. You have to brand yourself. So I always do my pre-workout. I do a couple of videos, and I always take an after pose. Like that's kind of my regiment when I do my workout. So that's what people know me as. It's funny when you don't do them, people are asked, hey, where are you? Are you okay? Like if you don't start posting for a while. And that's all I got. That's who I am. All right.
Yay, that was awesome. Yeah, Instagram is where it is at. Does anyone have any questions for Ashley?
Or if you want to share any of what you do, I see what everyone else does. I think everyone's awesome. I steal from you guys all the time too, by the way.
Hi guys, I jumped on a little bit late, sorry. I am not an expert. I love watching everybody else's videos too, but I have been very consistent with my stories for probably my whole 80-day journey. And I can just say that my viewers like tripled in the last 80 days. And I like to do a sequence of like transformations, sharing people's results, and like kind of like do like a little story in my stories, like, you know, what you can get from my groups with a poll. And I have been having a lot of really good success with people marking on their poll. And I've probably got like officially like 5 people now from Instagram. So it's exciting. Consistently, I feel like you have to just be consistent in doing it, and it starts to grow. So I like the polls. I love the polls. That's my only tip.
I'm trying to share my phone with you guys, but it doesn't look like it wants to work for me.
I think most of my customers have come from Instagram lately. And it, like I said, it's just that consistency. With anything we do, it's consistency. And don't think you're being annoying. If they don't want to follow you, my stepsisters unfollowed me, my brother, my brother-in-law. I mean, it is what it is if they don't want to follow you. But the people that are watching you, there's a reason they are. And make sure that you're following up with them. Hey, who's that?
All right, so I just wanted to do like a rundown, like a 5-minute rundown for you guys, so you can, like, for those of you who have like no idea on like what Ashley was talking about, like if you've never done an Instagram story. And I actually did learn something new today, Ashley. I thought all of my stories were being shared on Facebook, but I made it a business page, and I looked at Facebook. I'm like, crap, none of that stuff has been sharing. So that kind of sucks.
Yeah, because I want to make mine a business page, but I'm like, is it worth my Facebook stories? But now that I'm getting like more Facebook viewers, I'm like, oh no, now it's definitely not.
Yeah, like, thanks for letting me know. But I don't think I'm going to, just because like, our time is precious. All right, so for those of you that are like brand new, I did not know when I first started, you have to hold your face in that circle. That's what we're talking about, is stories. So if you hold down on it, it's going to say add to your story. You're going to click add to it. What am I gonna, I don't know. How crazy is that? Okay, so I just took a picture, right? So up at the top with that little smiley face, I probably did it like early too quick. That's where you can add a location. So what I do here is, in the morning, I will typically pick a Canadian place. Don't ask me why. Or a place in the UK. During the afternoon, I'll typically do like East Coast locations. And then like right now, I'll typically do like Pacific Standard Time, because those people are still like 3 hours ahead of us. And I'll get a lot of viewers from that. So when I type, like say I'm like on my team call, right? This is what I do. I'll like make it like that. And then if I'm doing Odessa, Texas, I don't know why, a lot of people live there, I'll make that really small, and then I'll just tap it to put it behind. So people don't see that like I'm tagging Texas. So I've actually got a lot of challengers from Texas, because I've been doing that. So I like to do random locations, and then I'll check and see like if that location has a lot of people looking at it. If they do, great, I'll keep continuing doing that. Same thing with like hashtags. Like I know for me, like Husky or Husky Love gets a lot of views, like 300 just for like one story. Same thing. I'll put I don't want to put Husky. Whatever. Let's just say that I can't spell. And then I'll just hide it behind whatever I'm typing. Also a really cool thing too. Man, I keep pressing the wrong. If I want to make that pop more too, I'll use like the pen. Just to make like your words pop or whatever. What else did I want to show you guys? If you guys have any questions, obviously. Oh, healthy food. That's a good one. All right, so obviously this one's a hot mess. But what I do to save time is I'll just click the save and it'll like save it in my photos. And then when I have time, I'll do everything all at once. Because I think when you do like one here and one there, like when people are going through everybody's stories, like sometimes for me it's hard. I'm like, whose story is that? Because I forget. If they're like just one here and one there. But if you do it all together, then they can see multiple at like one time, so they know that like it's actually you having those multiple stories. So don't think you have to like post constantly throughout the day. If you have like 10 minutes at night, just like post them all at nighttime. They're there for 24 hours, so it doesn't really matter like when people see it. So for example, like sometimes I'll wake up in the morning and things I didn't post from the night before, I'll still post it because people have no idea. Like it does, it doesn't matter. What other little tricks have I been using? Yeah, for the polls, like if you're doing like a fit one, like do you want more info on my fit group or whatever? Don't do yes and no, because you're going to have people that hit no and then you're like going to be like suckered punch right in the gut. So I would do like yes, send me info. Or hell yeah, whatever. Like always make those two things like positive. That way you don't get idiots that like say, no, I don't like you. You know what I mean? Like that's not fun. And don't take any of this stuff like seriously. Like there was a book or an audio that I was listening to. Amanda Bradley told me about it on the trip and it's called Finish. And his one big tip is to make things fun. Like, don't take this stuff too seriously of like, am I using the right color? Or am I saying this right? Or like, what are people going to think about me? Like, who friggin' cares? Have fun with this. Make it silly. Make it you. So you have fun with it, right? Yeah, Ashley's good with all of the GIFs. I haven't gotten too much into that stuff, but.
I like how you hide locations. That was cool. I didn't know you did that.
Yeah, a little sneaky. I learned it from somebody else. Oh, and another cool it froze on me. Another cool thing that you can do is called flumeapp.com. So like Ashley said, you're doing all this work. If you're not messaging people, then you're doing all this work for no reason. So if you use flumeapp.com, that will allow you to get Instagram Messenger on your computer in a more like organized fashion. So you don't like lose your people because like that's a huge thing. If you're not reaching out to those people that watch, if you're not doing the invite, you're doing this with no purpose or rhyme or reason behind it. If you're saying, I have no working coaches, I have no team. Well, are you talking about coaching in your stories? Are you talking about being a part of a team? You just have to like do those things that you want to, if you want more challengers, are you talking about a challenge group? Even if you don't have one running, like we have 1 million ones that are running. Just take a screenshot of the challenge groups that are going on and who's having success and people that are happy, whatever. Like people want to see that kind of stuff. So if you want more people in your challenge group, post about challenge groups, post about what's going on. If you want more people joining your team, talk about the team calls, I always do a screenshot of the personal development book that I'm listening to because that's a huge one. People see that. People see like, I call it like a day in the life of a coach. And you can do a whole day of just that. Like in the morning, you can do like one of those colored backgrounds, be like, here's a day of a life of what a coach does. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? And show people what you do as a coach, like that you're checking your messages, that you're posting on your Instagram stories, that you're on a team call, that you're doing one-on-one calls with your coaches, that you're listening to PD, that you are getting your workout in, drinking your shake, doing all those kind of things. So people know what a coach actually does, so they are aware of it. If they have no idea that you're doing it or that they can do it too, then it's like falling on silence.
You can even make this part of your power hour. Like just make a bunch of like posts and save them. And then when you're ready to post them, they're just sitting there waiting for you to be posted.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's a good one.
I talked a little bit about tagging brands. I don't do it often enough, and you should. I said it earlier, like being Insta famous. Like you can tag like Old Navy or Target and you know what products. Like sometimes like I've shared like my favorite things and people will message me, and sometimes even the product people will message me or give me a heart or something. That's pretty cool. I don't know, Kate, if you want to talk about it. I didn't talk about it a lot. I said you can tag products that you're using. It just shows more about who you are and you get more, it gives you more engagement. This is what it's all about, is engaging and people wanting to watch your videos.
Yeah, I just recently started doing this. And another thing it helps with, like, it gets people engaged and they start messaging me and it starts the conversation. So it might not even be like Beachbody related, but they're like, oh, that hair product you used, you know, what's that all about? So it kind of starts the conversation.
That's so true.
And you might get free stuff too. If you do it enough, they'll send you some stuff. Oh, also how I've been building my followers like crazy. This one chick is helping me with it because I knew Instagram is blowing up and I didn't want to be behind on it like I was with my Facebook like page. That's a whole another story. Find an influencer on Instagram that is going to have the people that you want to work with. So for example, think of somebody popular. It could be a fitness professional. Don't do Beachbody, please, because then you're going to get a ton of Beachbody coaches and that kind of defeats the purpose. A celebrity or an athlete or a makeup person that whatever your hobby is, find somebody like that with a lot of Instagram followers and follow their people. I went from having 1,300 followers and then today I'm at 2,800 within, I think it's been like 3 weeks since I've been doing that. So I've been following some fitness chick. I don't even know her freaking name, but she had like a crap load of Instagram followers. So I'm following all of her followers and I'm using an app, or the chick that's helping me with this, using an app called Cleaner. So what that Cleaner will do is it will unfollow all the people that aren't following you back. Because typically, like, you want to be followed more than you're following other people. So I'll follow all these people. So like one day it will show that I'm following like 3,000 people, and then the Cleaner will just unfollow all those people. So then I'll keep growing my following, but it doesn't show that I'm like following 50,000 people.
Is that an app?
Cleaner. Yes. Cleaner. And I'm going to try and get her to do a Facebook call, an Instagram call, a team call for us to the chick that I'm working with. But I'm sure she's more on just like growing your followers, because it's just like anything with this business, it's numbers. It's a business, it's numbers. It's not about who does the fanciest Instagram stories. It's how many people can you get in front of. Doesn't matter all the fancy stuff like Jatana Jackson does. All it matters is how many people that you can get in front of and invite. How many opportunities, how many invitations can you get out there?
And that's what I was trying to say earlier. Like, you don't have to like post 1,000 things. You can post with a purpose and just follow up with those people that are watching and liking your photos. And it can be as simple as that, but you have to do it on a consistent basis. Some other way to get followers, and I was thinking about this today, is like like friends of mine, like following their followers, especially if they're customers of mine and they don't want to be coaches. They might be talking about the results and what they're doing. And if I'm now following them and they're following me, they may be interested because they know their friend's been doing that. Friends of followers. I just thought about that today. Genius idea, Leia. So, like, why haven't I been doing that?
Yeah, and following like other people's friends or following other people's followers is not a big deal. Like, I feel like on Facebook, it's more of like, why do they want to be friends with me? On Instagram, it's like, no one cares. Like, just follow people. Cool. Anyone else with some tips or questions before we hop off? Leia, I had a question for you. Like, you have a biz Instagram, right?
Yes.
And are you just copying it and adding it to Facebook?
I do my stories twice. Yeah.
Ugh.
So I put them in, I create them in Instagram because I like all the things on Instagram, and then I save it, and then I just go into Facebook. It takes 2 seconds.
I know.
I mean, my phone storage is like, it keeps getting like maxed because of all these videos. But, and I had to actually just delete videos for the first time in 2 years since I've been a coach. I'm like, oh my God, I have so many videos. But yeah, I just put them in Facebook. Honestly, I'm noticing it's funny. I'm noticing my Facebook followers as I'm like more salesy on Instagram. Like, I share my shake, I share this, I talk about all that kind of stuff, right? I don't normally do that on Facebook. And I started putting that in Facebook, and I actually noticed my Facebook followers go down since I started like sharing my shake and my energize and stuff more on Facebook. I notice now people are consistently down on Facebook, but Instagram, it's going up. So I think I'm going to change like what I share where, because like people on my Facebook like to see more of like the results. It seems like they want to see my results. They want to see my videos, but they don't want to see like the products. I don't know. That's just what I'm noticing is I've seen that correlation. When I started putting more, Instagram's all about that. When I started putting more of like every single day, my shake and my energize, it maybe the correlation's not that, but I noticed that my my viewers on Facebook went down. But Instagram's like doubled. So I don't know. You just got to play around with it and see like what changes, you know?
Yeah, I think like your audience on Instagram and your audience on Facebook are two totally different, separate beasts.
Exactly.
Yeah, do not use hashtags like Shakeology, Beachbody, or 80-Day Obsession because you're going to get all coaches. Because somebody that's not a Beachbody coach would not do hashtag Shakeology. There is a website, I can't think of it now, that you can, put in like hashtag Husky, and then it will give you 30 other hashtags that are popular with that hashtag. I don't know if anybody remembers what that.
I have it written down here. Just give me a second.
Instagress? Yes.
Yeah, there's another one too.
Instagress.
You can also search in your Instagram tags. If you go to your search button, your little search guy, and you can search tags. The hell, where'd it go?
And Courtney, the reason why biz is better than personal is because you can go back like 14 days on your Instagram stories to see who watched it. So like say after 24 hours, like on your personal page, everything is wiped clean. But with your having it set as a biz, you can look back 14 days. So if you don't get to those invites right away, like you have a little bit of a leeway. And then it gives you like really nice analytics of like where your followers are coming from, like how much like interaction you're getting. So if you've like started doing something new and it's like going up, then keep doing it. If it's going down, then like try something else.
I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know that it keeps it for 14 days. That's cool.
Yeah, let me show you because it took me a while to actually find where to actually find it. One second. Okay. So if I go into like this bar thing, so mine is like a business page, right? Oh, and another thing, sorry, I keep like remembering things to say. Have like some sort of like, I have my website here, right? I wouldn't put your Beachbody website, but maybe put that link tree. So it's like link tree. I never use it, but I know like Just has it. It just sends them to a form. So if people like you, like they're going to click on it and they're going to fill out your form, whether it's the link tree or a Google form, like have something in your profile that people can click and submit. Like I have like the randomest people that fill that out. But back to the business like analytics, if you click on these graph thingamajiggles, so you'll get the insights, like profile visits, website clicks, emails, whatever. It's just cool stuff to look at. If you click on the next one, it says content. And then down here, you'll see the story. So the 14 days isn't going to show in your actual stories that people can see. It's just going to show like for you to capture the information. So if I click on see all, I can like scroll down for like ever and ever and ever. Like for 14 days. So I'll click on like this one. If I just swiped up and then it's going to show me who all those people are. And then I can message them. So you're not going to see it right away, but you just got to click on it, swipe up, and then you'll get all the people. So this is how I can kind of like go back and see. Let me see one that has like a high number. This one, it was definitely a Husky thing. Yeah, so 445 viewers just from using hashtag Husky. Pretty cool. So I know like that's how I knew like that hashtag was a good one to use. And yeah, I like do Boston. I'm not in Boston. Ooh, that's a good one, Courtney. So it's the clock with the arrow beside it. Oh, I have that too. And there's also something that you can, I haven't figured out how to do it yet. I don't know if you have, Ashley. It's like, or Leah, those circles that are on your profile. I think, Leah, you were talking to me about it.
Yeah, I forget what they're called, but can you see that? Those, there was a weird glare. See that? Like if you're on your profile, that there's like those stories up at the top, the highlights. Yeah,
highlights.
The highlights. So once if you do like a series, like if anyone goes to mine, like on my coach life one, like I did a series of like stories that like kind of share my story. So it's like walks me from like my journey, like here to here to here to here. And you can click on that story when it's on your, when it's live and click save to highlight. And that way that will be all permanently saved, like that series of videos. like I put my coaching story on there, which is like talking of me and like some results. So they're just like a whole bunch of like results from a whole bunch of clients from the 80-day group. And just so that they're like always saved there. So that if anybody goes to my profile, those will like be right up there for people to see.
So when it is an active story, how do you save it to that highlight?
Highlight. You hit highlight.
Yeah,
Where?
it should be right on your story.
The bottom right-hand corner, it says highlight.
Yeah, highlight, and then it picks which one. If you don't, it may not give you the option if you have none created. You have to maybe create one first.
So how do I create it?
So go onto right on the top, there should be a plus button that says new, like on your profile. Mine says new. Does yours say that? There should be like a little circle with a plus button that says new right below where your profile is. Like it says your name and whatever your blurb is.
Maybe I need to update my phone.
Rose, is it there? It's on your profile.
Yeah, I don't have any of that.
That's
really?
weird.
You know who I like? I asked Alicia. Alicia has her like Fit Farm. I don't know the rest of her name, but hers are really pretty. And I was like, how did you do that?
Yeah, mine are not creative or pretty at all, but I have seen a lot of coaches that I've come across that have liked my stuff, and they use like creative words for it that's like, you can go on a lot of coaches' profiles and easily be like, oh, they're a Beachbody coach. Like you could tell, right? I've gone on some people's, they've used creative words and like colors, and I'm like, ooh, this is interesting. Like I wouldn't know right off the bat that they're a coach, and it makes me interested, so I want to watch it. But mine aren't creative, so I had to figure out how to do that.
For anyone who's just getting started with this, just use what Instagram has for you and just post.
Yeah,
and eventually this will start to come. Just like try not to make it complicated for yourself, because nobody has time to get. If you follow Jatana Jackson, nobody has time for that. Like this is her full time. If one day when I become a full time coach, I will get fancy with all of this, but I don't have the time for it. So I do what I can, and
even if you're a full time coach, I don't know. That's cray cray.
I was gonna say you still don't have a lot of time.
She's cray cray. I mean, and that's awesome, but that's probably her only platform. She doesn't even focus on Facebook anymore, and that's all she does, like multiple hours of the day.
I remember she also has a Mac at home. She probably does it on her Mac. She probably takes videos, puts them on her Mac, and then edits them. And she has an assistant that does it.
Totally.
One day,
Absolutely.
goal, I will have an assistant that's going to do it all for me. I know Rose has somebody that does some of her stuff, but like all these big coaches, like I'm not them yet. And I'm not them. Maybe one day I will be, but I just do what I use what Instagram gives me. Thanks, Jess. I'll be youer than them.
Awesome call, ladies. Thanks, Ashley.
I hope you guys learned something. Sorry, I was really nervous.
Not at all. I couldn't tell.
You're welcome. I hope you learned something. If you have questions, ask Katie. She's really good at it too.
All right. Have a good night, guys. Bye.
Bye.